Welcome. These are some of my favorite moments and running thoughts from Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Season 2, Episode 3. It's a little bit late because I've been under the weather. First of all, last week was so good that some of us are calling for a Starfleet JAG show. As long as it doesn't get one season, then get canceled and pulled from Paramount Plus almost immediately. Spock in pajamas and La'an having to inform him of a noise complaint was one of the most hilarious things I've seen on Trek. This whole intro is the best. I can only imagine what wild stuff Pelia is bringing on board. Love that she has a bunker in case this whole utopia thing turns out to be a fad. I feel you, Pelia. Poor La'an already has so much on her plate, and now she's temporarily a temporal agent? But hey, any excuse for Vampire Kirk, that's fine with me. At this point, I was speculating wildly. Is this an alternate timeline created by whatever attack happened in the past? Or is it an alternate reality entirely? Can La'an go back in time to fix or stop whatever happened? I think so. Also, why does Spock look so good in that uniform? Yes, it is a straightforward La'an and Kirk time shenanigans adventure. Well, I mean, as straightforward as time travel goes in Star Trek. And of course, the fact it was an accident means they have no tech other than kind of useless communication devices. Canada was a nice change from the usual San Francisco, New York, Chicago. I think my favorite exchange from this part was La'an going, "Never seen a revolving door before? I'm from space." These two. They're almost too perfectly matched as a team, and I don't just mean the clothes. After initial confusion, they are a force to be reckoned with. "I am your superior officer, and I am ordering you to eat a hot dog." Lines I thought I'd never hear on Trek. Oh no, they're hitting it off a little bit too well. At this point, I figured, Kirk is going to be Kirk, isn't he? I mean, not that I blame him. I would probably do the same thing with La'an, let's be honest. I'm pretty sure in the background, that's the schooner Kajama, which you can go out sailing on. Now I really want to. She was constructed in 1930 as Wilfried for cargo and was later renamed for a really cute reason too. The captain's family was named Kiowa, Jan, and Maria, aka Kajama. Kirk does have a point. I mean, what is the advantage of him helping her, ultimately? If they find and fix the timeline glitch, there goes his entire future. My Earth still has sunsets. You could be an explorer. I think that mostly swayed him, and then when he found out his brother was still alive in her timeline, he was like, maybe I'll help you. I'll think about it. I'm sorry. Mary, Queen of Scots? So much yes. Get her on the team now. There was a lot of screaming when she showed up, I will admit.
I may live in France, but I have the heart of a Scot. Like my father, I ask you to give up your comfort, to do what is right.
Your Majesty.
This is one time probably you should be grateful this was not a reaction because of your poor eardrums. I had to pause the video to kind of fangirl. And there's a lot of shouting at the screen. No, don't walk away. Come back, Mary. Ah, the Vulcan neck pinch. Time travel standby. Although we kind of needed Kelvin timeline Kirk for the driving. Space Kirk, well, I mean, it kind of worked. It did make for a highly entertaining car chase. And they really showed off Toronto. I'm pretty sure that's the real city because the ship was there. Anyone who has been to Toronto, let me know. Was that really filmed there? It looked like it. Also, now I need a new movie. Star Trek. The Fast and the Furious. Starfleet is family. Fast and Furious 12. To boldly go. Mary is back. I mean, technically Sarah. Got it. It's easy to play along with alien conspiracists if you're aliens as well. She seems pretty clever, but I did wonder how she got that perfect image of a Romulan ship. And where are all the other temporal agents? I mean, we see them all the time in Star Trek. Where is everyone? The minute they said they were going to Vermont, I was like, please be early Pelia. That would be so awesome. I think she mentioned her bunker was here. I want to see early Pelia. And then she didn't even know what engineering was. The look of just ultimate defeat on La'an and Kirk's faces when she's just like, engineer, I work in retail. Although I'm pretty sure this is why she ended up as an engineer, because they kept talking about it and she ended up being a little bit helpful. And then she was like, that could be a marketable skill set. So I'm kind of hoping at some point we do get a semi-clandestine conversation with Pelia and La'an talking about why she became an engineer. Oh, and Kirk is officially being Kirk. I mean, they kind of had to. The reveal that Noonien Singh was the reason the agent sought her out was pretty cool. And then I really should have seen this coming, but Sarah was a double agent. Not my queen. This was all a setup. And then when they killed off Kirk, my heart just... I didn't see it coming because, I mean, it's Mary, Queen of Scots. She wouldn't hurt our heroes. Except she did. All right, show of hands. How many people, when they saw the door with that name written on it, immediately shouted at their screens, Khan! Come on, get those hands up. Oh, she's been trapped for 30 years. No wonder she's so frustrated. I would be too, stuck as a human. And then once the door opened, I was like, will Tiny Khan get into this fight? Because that would be so cool. Disturbing, but cool. No, he didn't. But he is adorable. I kept worrying that La'an would change the timeline as she walked in. And you could tell the wheels were turning. She was trying to decide what to do. But I think this was kind of cleansing for her. Facing her family's legacy like this, in a way, in the form of Tiny Khan. Being unable to talk about it, even with M'Benga, losing Kirk, having to protect Khan. La'an will have a tough few months ahead of her with no help. Can the temporal agency at least send her a therapist? Come on. I have a feeling she's going to keep that watch for a long time, and only Pelia will know why. Beautiful performances in this, and I always love the time travel episodes. There's so much just crazy fun. And of course, anything can happen, like Kirk dying right in front of us. Still reeling from that. This was a really solid episode. I enjoyed it. Strange New Worlds is so good.